UVB. Just how to do that may be confusing to some of you, though. The FDA told sunscreen manufacturers they had until this June to label their products more clearly in terms of what protections they provide. But that deadline has been extended another 6 months. For this week's Take Action Thursday, Dr. Noelle Sherber with CRM Dermatology joins us with more on what you do need to know before you head out into the sun. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so they have another 6 months to put different labels on there. So that leaves us kind of clueless about what to look for. So you're here to help us. What do you look for? What's the best products to use?
So the key term when you shop for sunscreen should be broad spectrum.
Which means what?
It means it will protect you against UVA, which really contributes to skin cancer, those wavelengths of light, and UVB.
Okay.
SPF alone just refers to UVB protection. So if you don't see the words broad spectrum, you're not getting broad spectrum.
Are more products broad spectrum than not? I mean, because if you just run in and grab something, would you generally expect that it's going to cover everything?
That's becoming the trend.
Okay,
and with the new FDA sunscreen guidelines, companies are going to have to be more transparent about it.
Okay.
Some companies would have kind of confusing labelings. Broad protection,
right?
Things that aren't exactly broad spectrum.
And so that's what they're trying to clear up now.
Right.
All right, so when it comes to the SPF, since that's what a lot of people think of in terms of, there's even a difference in what that protects based on, you know, how high you go with the SPF.
Right, and the FDA is now regulating the claims that these sunscreens can make about protection both against skin aging and skin cancer.
Okay.
So now anything under SPF 15 cannot make claims to say that that product protects against skin aging and skin cancer.
Okay.
Also, the FDA is eliminating all those SPF 1 million products that were coming on the market. It seemed like everyone was going for a higher SPF.
Right.
Now 50 plus is going to be the top. But in terms of the protection you're going to get when you apply these products to your skin, the most important thing is to find a product that has a texture you like.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is that if you don't like the texture, you're going to apply some teeny little amount and then try to rub it in and rub it in, and you're not going to get the sun protection that's labeled. So for instance, for the face, you need a teaspoon of sunscreen to get the labeled SPF. That's a lot of product. So if you apply half of that, you get the square root of the SPF. So SPF, you know, 50 is going to become SPF 7 very quickly. So I just brought some examples here just to show you there are light daytime sunscreens you can use. A lot of women say, I don't like it under my makeup, etc. Right. This is a Caudalie one that is really lightweight, and so you'll use enough of it to get the protection, still be able to put your makeup on without a problem. The other group of my patients who have a hard time with sunscreen are oilier skin or acne-prone people because they say it clogs their pores. There are so many more water-based sunscreens now that are perfect for oily skin. That being said, water-based sunscreen and perspiration and swimming don't really mix, so you would need to look for a water-resistant sunscreen that's still oil-free.
Okay, and Melissa, we skipped that one. I meant to ask you about that because there are some that say water-resistant, some that say, you know, waterproof. What do you look for in that regard?
This is going to change, too, with the new FDA guidelines. Some of the sunscreens that said waterproof, the FDA thought it was sort of misleading, that you put it on, you're good to go all day, it's waterproof. Now they are only going to be able to say water resistant with an amount of time for how long you can expect it to work.
I'm going to get you to stick around because I have more questions and I know our viewers do too. So right after the break, Dr. Sherber will be back to take your calls about proper sunscreen use. So if you have a question, our phone lines are open at 410-481-4545. You can also send us a tweet or post those questions on our Facebook page. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning.